Hi you guys, welcome to another tarot video for beginners. Today we're going to be talking about the High Priestess tarot card. It is one of the most beautiful, positive, empowering, magical cards in the deck, in my opinion. It is all about divine feminine energy, our intuition, the ancient goddess wisdom that we all carry. There's so much symbolism and richness within this card. It's beautiful and I love it. So let's get started. Alright, so typically you're going to see a woman with a pillar on each side of her. And usually there is like a veil or a curtain right behind her. She's usually wearing a robe, which symbolizes the inner wisdom of the divine feminine. She holds a scroll or a book in her lap, which represents hidden knowledge, occultism, magic, ancient wisdom, and usually there's a lot of moon symbolism within the High Priestess card. So you can see her having the triple moon on her head, and then there's also the crescent moon at her feet, which symbolizes our intuition and the subconscious. So the pillars behind her represent duality and balance. It is said to be related to the pillars in the Temple of Solomon. The dark is obviously the feminine, the darkness, the negativity, subconscious, the unseen. And then the white one, of course, is going to be the light, the more positive, masculine, seen, structured, visible portion of life. The veil behind her represents the occult and hidden knowledge. The scroll, it looks like it's from the Torah, or it represents the Torah. It contains sacred knowledge and ancient wisdom, and it's to give you indication to her connection to the spiritual realms. And lastly, the crescent moon is all about our psychic abilities, the divine feminine, the womb magic, womb wisdom, intuition, intuitive nudges, messages from our spirit guides, connecting with the earth at night, all of those beautiful things. So when this card comes up in a reading, usually my first thought is going to be all about intuition and spirituality, coming from within. It's also going to represent wisdom, deep ancestral knowledge, that's been passed down, and understanding ourselves through reflection and introspection, which spirituality always helps with. It's also going to represent the feminine mysteries, exploring the unknown, diving into the unseen, having that courage to work with dark energy, and exploring hidden truths. And also, it can represent feminine energy. Usually, if this card comes up in a reading with a lot of masculine cards around it, but that's the only feminine one, that can usually mean that the masculine and feminine energies within ourselves and our lives are not balanced, and that we need to tap into our intuition and our feminine side a little bit more. It also represents being receptive, which is the feminine mode of action and energy, because the masculine is giving and the feminine is receiving. It represents our subconscious, and depending on the cards that are around it, it can kind of tell us what's going on with us subconsciously. When this is reversed, this is another card that can mean someone is throwing work at you, as we say. It can mean black magic, but not always. Usually it just means some type of disconnection from yourself and your spirituality. It can indicate deception by others, hidden agendas, or lack of clarity, especially when it comes to spirituality. So this could mean like someone that you think is your friend is actually sending you pretty bad energy spiritually. Blocked intuition, not trusting yourself, being cut off from your intuition or feeling like that. Being influenced by unconscious forces, which can be either our own subconscious or unseen things and energies and people around us. It can mean surface knowledge, so kind of not knowing the full depth and full image of the situation that you're asking about. It can mean that there's a lot hidden, a lot unknown. Maybe too much is unknown and we need to dive deeper and get more kind of deep and meaningful clarity. And also unveiling secrets. So this can mean maybe oversharing, being too open with your spirituality. So, I've had this come up in readings with clients that had posted their altars and shrines online, which their spirit guides were not very happy about because, in my opinion, in their opinion, your spirituality is sacred. Even though I share mine with the world, I don't show you guys everything. I show you guys maybe 10 or 15% max of what I do. I just have the respect like that for the divine. And it can also mean exposing too much about someone else and not keeping secrets that we need to keep. For astrology, it's always associated with the moon, which represents our intuition, our emotions, the subconscious, magic, the occult, the divine feminine, the dark side of the feminine. Having this association also connects it to the zodiac signs Cancer and Pisces, the more watery, intuitive signs. So, in conclusion, it's a very beautiful card. I love it. It's very much an archetypal card. So you might identify as the High Priestess. Its number is 2 in the Major Arcana, which is the feminine number. It represents the sacral chakra, receiving, balance, and harmony, especially within ourselves. She embodies the archetype of the wise woman, the protector of occult secrets, the mediator between the material and spiritual realms. And this card allows us to really dive into our subconscious and embracing that spiritual side of us and welcoming enlightenment and also being open to receiving Spirit's guidance and information. Alright. I'm going to keep these pretty short, like usually under 10 minutes or so, just because I don't want to overwhelm you guys with so much information that you don't allow yourself to develop your own understanding of the cards. Even though I'm making this content, when I see certain tarot cards, I know what they mean, according to my guides. I know what my guides are trying to tell me, because we have our own communication for that specific card. So as you learn tarot, and you develop that connection with your spirit guides, you will develop a relationship with tarot, and your guides will use it to communicate with you. It's kind of like a hidden language type thing. Alright? I hope you guys enjoyed this. Embrace your inner High Priestess. It's a beautiful energy to connect with. And I will be back soon. Bye.